Welcome to my channel. This is Piedra Luna. Today I am bringing you the promised video of Tarot Cards Explain, the communication system and structure of a tarot deck. There's of course many approaches and many ways to see this. My approach is of a white witch that loves knowledge and science at the same time. So I did a research on regards to tarot. There's of course lots of mysteries as to where it originated, where it came from, where it came to be, what's the purpose of a tarot deck, and of course. There's a lot of people that are wary if there's any evil energies going on, if this is similar to a Ouija board. And for those out there that believe in or like the Ouija board, I respect your point of view, but my point of view as a white witch is that Ouija boards are no-nos because for the reason that they're an open channel to whatever's out there to answer. And whatever's out there is not always positive. And the difference between the Ouija board and tarot cards is that tarot cards are based on human activity, solely on human activity. You're only connected to humans and to our path in life and nothing else. So that's my take as a white witch on regards to tarot cards. Um, so how do we start to explain what we're looking at here? Here's actually the structure of a tarot deck. I'm gonna try to be as concise as possible. So for those that are not acquainted with the tarot deck, these are its parts. This is the tarot deck from Rider-Waite. It's the radiant version, and that means that it's been painted in a very colorful way, and I thought it was perfect to show you all the details of the cards. So the cards tarot deck has a total of all tarot decks have a total of 78 cards, and they're divided in two sections. We have the major arcana, which are 22 cards, and they are representing the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. And then we have the rest of the cards, which are 56, which are the minor arcana, and they are almost identical to the cards that you have on a playing deck card, like the ones you have in casinos, the ones that everybody has a deck of playing cards. The regular playing cards um, is almost identical to the minor arcana, except for a few cards that it does not have. There's a lot of theories about hypotheses about what came first, if this was first a game and then it became a way to do readings, and then it turned into a divination tool. And there's also other theories that said it was the other way around. It was always a divinational tool that then went undercover as a playing card game, and then again it resurfaced again as a divination oracle lately, as starting from what the first record of it being for divination I think was in the 1500s, but there's records of tarot decks for playing cards from the 1400s. And when it really started to have like a boom, well, it was always part of the gypsy religion, traditions and culture of fortune telling cards, and gypsies that would read your hand, the lines in your hand, or they would read the leaves on your tea, or etc., or your cigarette. There's numbers of ways to do divination, but the tarot cards are the ones that are more specific and more structure of them all. So that means that anybody can learn to read tarot, even if you're not gifted clairvoyant or psychic or an empath, etc. You can actually get to develop your intuition skills through tarot if you have the discipline and the passion to do it, because it can take some time. For some people, it comes very easily, and I'm going to show you the way how to learn to read tarot through the first steps. The first step is through the meanings. The second step is when you can make a story between the meanings. And the third step is when you are reading the energy of the cards. That's when you're doing it in an intuitive or clairvoyant or psychic way. Okay, so back to the structure of what we're looking at. Um, Arcana means secrets. So we have the big secrets, where the major arcana, so the big secrets, and we have the minor arcana, the minor secrets. So the major arcana, which are these 22 cards, they represent like the life lesson that you're at in life, or something major in your life that you're going through. And the minor are more the day-to-day kind of situations that we go through. So the major arcana has more of the archetypes that Jung refers to a lot. So you have like the mother, the father. So the mother is the empress, the father is the emperor. You have the priest. You have death, of course, because it's part of life, and in tarot cards is mostly about rebirth and the death of the old, for there to be new that can come into the world. And the other four elements of the cards, they're related. There's a lot of symbolism. The name of the game here is symbolism. Everything is symbolism. So from the numbers on the cards to the images on the cards to the elements of the cards, in regular, well, in the Rider-Waite system, and I'm gonna go to what that means. In the Rider-Waite system, Rider-Waite Smith system, the cards are placed in a different, like when you get a brand new deck, they place them in a different order. You have actually the let's see, what do you have first? They do it with fire, water, earth, and air, which is in the Kabbalistic order. So again, fire, water, earth, and air. So that means fire. Fire is ones. So they will place these first, and then they will place the water second, the air, which is swords, and the earth last. But as I am a white witch, for me, that is not the right order. I'm going to take that freedom and liberty, because that's what my heart tells me that this is the right way. For me, the right way is earth, air, fire, and water. And I know all the white witches out there would say, hey, yeah, that's the right way. As to why is the right way, um, I'll have to do a reading to go further on that, as to why my intuition tells me that's the right way to go. So that's I put them here in the order that my intuition as a white witch tells me to put them. So we have the pentacles, which are earth, and they represent, well, here you see a pentacle, and they represent everything that has to do with abundance. And that can be from money, from diamonds, from coins, to our work, to our assets, to our home life, to even agricultural life. So they all represent things that have to do with the earth, and them being the element of the earth, they represent slow moving energy. Just like whenever you're planting a seed, it takes time for it to grow. But when it grows, it's there, and it's going to be there for a long time. And you're going to bear the fruits of that hard labor. So that's the philosophy of the energy of the pentacles. Then we have the swords, which are air, because air, they represent our thoughts, and our thoughts are in the air, and our mind is in the air. So that's kind of that symbolism. They also represent our strategies, our ideas, our projects in a very methodical way. So they also have a like a link to, let's say you have here, you're here the king, these are the assets of the king, and the swords would be the strategies of the king, the strategies to keep the abundance you have. And then we have the wands. The wands are, well, both the swords and the wands are phallical in nature. And you could say that, and phallical, what I mean by that is are symbolic or similar to the penis. And the cups and the pentacles have a similarity to the feminine element of symbolism. So the cups, the cup of life, the womb of women, and pentacles being the energy of earth, and earth being in abundance, and mother nature being the element of feminine energy. And the ones, especially, like the swords are cold. That energy of detachment, of just following procedure in a way. The element of wands is about fire, so they're about passion, they're about inspiration, they're about our desires. So all the cards in the suit of wands, which in a regular playing card deck would be um, the clubs. They have to do with passion, so they could represent our desires, including sexual desires, but not exclusively to that. They can represent our inspiration in life, what we want to accomplish, and being it fire and desire being as quick as it gets. Of course, this is the fastest moving element of the tarot deck. So if you have a question and you ask how soon that's going to be, and you get the Ace of Wands, it's going to be like so quickly. It's going to happen super quickly. And last, we have the suit of cups, which in a regular playing deck of cards is the hearts. The heart. They represent, of course, the heart representing our emotions. They represent love, like in couples, or your desires, or where you put your heart to or into, like your projects, your work. So that's the kind of energy you get from this card. Like the second card, what you have here is a couple getting married. I mean, that's best example I can give you of the element of cups. And it's not exclusive to relationships, because it can actually mean a union, of a business union, or a contract, or an agreement, very harmonious agreement, of course. So this is like the general structure of the cards. They go from 1 to 10, just like in a regular deck. Let me show you here. Let me move this around to show you first the things that are easier to grasp, and I believe the things that are easier for us to grasp are the ones that we have at least some knowledge of. So that would be like the deck of regular playing cards. So here I have, this is a really cool deck. It's loosely based on tarot. So whoever designed it, let me get the box here. This is the box. Pipmen playing cards. I got it at Amazon. I'll put a link below if you're interested. If you're a collector of playing cards or tarot deck, this works as a to read cards as well. This is more for the advanced, but the one who made it, the creator, he knew something, or she knew something about tarot, and they included some symbolism of tarot decks, of a tarot card decks inside this playing card deck. So let me get the diamonds here, which are the pentacles. So we have here the same situation. We have the ace, we have the two of pentacles, or two of diamonds, and then three, and then we go all the way, you know how it works, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have the page, the queen, and the king. The difference between what we have here on a regular deck of playing cards and what we have in a tarot deck is that we have a few, just one guy more. We have the ace, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, in the order up to 10, 1 to 10. One ace being the 1, the concentration of the energy of the suit. And then we have here the page, which we have here as well. But what we don't have here is the knight. The knight, the queen, and the king. Okay, so just to explain quickly what we're looking at. Everything here, as I said, the name of the game is symbolism. Everything here is symbolism. So We have the energy. Let's go from back to the beginning of the king. The king has mastered the element, as he's the master of the element. So the king of pentacles or the king of diamonds, he's a rich guy. He's a rich guy, he's an abundant guy, or at least he's a person that has his ducks in order. He knows how to make a business work. He likes to have all his assets in control, and he likes to have everybody in his kingdom happy and abundant. Okay, welcome back. This is Piedra Luna. This is the second part of Tarot Cards Explained, the communication system and structure of a tarot deck. Okay, so the last card we have seen on the first video was the King of Pentacles. We now go to the Queen. The Queen, she is more of a receptive energy, whilst the King is more of an active, and he's like the culmination of the energy of the suit. Let me put this here to the other side so that you can see the four cards closely. Okay, so now these energies on a reading, they don't necessarily represent that if you're asking about something and you get the queen, that we're always talking about a woman, or if we get the king is always a man. It can also represent the energy in place of the reading. It can represent the action that you're required to take. It does not always represent that we're talking about a male or female. And it does not always represent age either. I'll explain what I mean by age. So the king being the epitome or the culmination of the energy, the queen being more of the receptive energy, and depending on the element and the suit, she can have a more negative or positive side to her. Here, the Queen of Pentacles, she is like the Susie homemaker of the deck. She's the abundant. Depending on the other cards and the reading, she can also mean she's the like in general terms, the woman a guy sees as the one he wants to marry, that he wants to build a life with, because she's got all the elements that you would look for in a partner. She's balanced, she's nurturing, uh, she likes to take care of others, and she likes to have her kingdom nice and in order. The knight, represents a younger energy. He's of course he's a doer because he's on a horse, so he does things. He's not only thinking about doing things like the page. The page is the energy of like the start of the energy of the suit, of like the page would start a business. He will get the idea, he starts planning, while the knight will start developing the idea. The queen will make the reality into a dream, and or the dream, I'm sorry, the other way around, the dream into a reality, and the king would be the one to manage the whole kingdom. So the knight, as I said, he's the doer, but this being the suit of pentacles and of earth, he's the slowest knight in the deck. He takes forever to do anything, but his energy is slow and steady wins the race. So he's dependable. Even though he takes a long time to accomplish what he needs to accomplish, he does deliver. So this is like the energy for the deck of the pentacles.